All right, peoples, of the world, people of the dogs of the world unite. Okay. Now here's the thing. I kind of want that music to go away. So, where are my options? Where are my options? I really don't want that music playing. All right. All right. All right. So we're back. All right. So here's the thing. This is going to be 100% me doing the Christmas text adventures for the for the final trophy. I don't know if these yeah, I don't know if these there's supposed to be 10 of these. Double. Let me just be double sure. Let me double load this. About a minute and some change has gone by, so it's gonna be a waste of time. How you doing? It's been a minute. I ain't really spoke to you in a hot one. Just know this entire episode is me just gonna be. It's gonna be me reading these. There should be 10 of them. Like, I have proof that I got the trophy. But the question is, do I unlock them as I go? Alright, so I unlocked them as I go. So fuck it. We're about to start reading. It took me less than 2 minutes to get started. That's important. When I was a child, Christmas was my favorite day of the year. My family was always crazy busy with work and school, but when December 25th rolled around, it was all about family. Just us, some music, snow on the ground, and a tree that reached the ceiling. It was magic. As I got older, the holiday became less and less special. My siblings went away, my parents broke up, and I always held Christmas in my heart. I believed in Santa. I needed Santa. Little did I know that Santa... Alright, here's the thing. If I do the wrong thing... Are you crazy? Santa is too real. Like, well, not too real. Santa is too real. Or, you know, if I use the wrong ones. What? No way. Santa can't die. Duh. He's an elf. They can die. We killed some of them. I have to pick the right ones to advance this, and so that this doesn't take forever. I'm going to pick the right one all the time, and to know which one is the right one, you kind of need to play through the story. So here we go. No one knew at first. The Christmas spirit was so strong that everything at the North Pole just kept on going, as if nothing happened. Of course, the elves and Mrs. Claus knew that Santa was gone, but they also knew that the world must never know. If the people of Earth learned Santa was in trouble, in true mortal peril, what would raise their spirit during these dark times? Yep. What would Christmas mean anymore? And so it was that Santa's closest friend, an elf named Twinkle, took over Kringle's annual route, and no one was the wiser until... A strange visitor arrived one day. The elves had toiled tirelessly without Santa for decades, constantly worrying about their beloved patriarch and eagerly awaiting some good news about the jolly old elf. So the arrival of a visitor piqued everyone's interest. The visitor, with his shimmering eyes and a long white beard, would have been a dead ringer for Saint Nick in his early years, before all those dinners of milk and cookies led to his considerable paunch. But this was no merry elf. No, this was Krampus. I'm afraid Krampus and Santa stopped speaking centuries ago. No one knows the specifics, but Mrs. Claus bets it had to do with their semi-annual card game. Apparently, Nick is a bit of a sore loser when it comes to Texas Hold'em. I know I said I was going to do that, but I didn't care. I like the Krampus, like the concept of it. Well, obviously, but really, that's as good a description as any. The visitor who had mangled an angry spirit. I'm fucking horrible at reading. Was a mangled angry spirit who hated everything about the holidays and cheer. Wow, what an awful person. And snow and elves and reindeers and stockings and core synergistic initiatives to streamline toy production without resulting in outstanding domestic jobs. Or outsourcing domestic jobs to politically lopsided countries with lax labor laws, because fuck it, this is Saints Row. He called himself Claus. I'm sorry about that. We had no idea at the time this dark monstrosity was ripped right from Santa's brain. That Saint Nick's captor, an alien overlord named Zinyak, was breaking Santa's mind piece by piece. Zinyak had taken everything good in Kringle, crumpled it up, spat on it, dipped it in evil, and dipped it in evil. Well, that's... alright. Spit and evil mix well, apparently. The result was Claus, Santa's dark shadow. Zinyak had sent Claus to the North Pole to destroy the holidays? Alright, I was guessing. And he was successful. Christmas failed. The North Pole burned. And as the joy drained from the season, the spirit of the world turned as to sackcloth. What the fuck is that? Okay. But that is a different story. Alright, so moving forward. See, this is how these are gonna go. Probably, well, you'll see how long it takes me to get through these. I'm probably gonna still do like 15-minute episodes. The assault on the North Pole was swift and brutal. The elves mounted a valiant resistance, but with no Santa to give them the holiday boost they needed, even they knew they ultimately could not win. Fuck, I am bad at this. Why am I so terrible? You what? Because I could, that's why. Okay. Sorry. The assault on the North Pole was swift and brutal. The elves mounted a... okay, I already read that. It didn't help his most trusted elf, the one who had taken over gift-giving duties in his absence, had been persuaded to Claus' side. I am, of course, talking about Twinkle, because the other ones were stupid. If there's one bright spot to Santa's incarceration by Zinyak, is that the jolly old elf didn't have to see his best friend in the world turn against him in the holiday's darkest hour. Santa would have been shattered. He was frozen. I wish I could tell you that Claus had coerced, threatened, or bullied Twinkle into allying with the foul creature's plan, but the truth was far pettier than that. Twinkle was simply tired of being the replacement Santa. The elf took to Claus' side, Claus's cause, alright, fuck you, with gusto. It was a dark time. Worse still was that Twinkle knew Christmas's one true weakness. He knew the one thing that would irreparably turn the tide against Mrs. Claus and the elf resistance. The North Pole? Yes. The source of Santa's power and the most potent weapon in the elven arsenal, crafted by the shop's most talented elves and blessed by Father Christmas himself. The North Pole is a weapon capable of channeling holiday cheer into a blast of such high intensity that it can level a large city in a mushroom cloud of concentrated happiness, and it also smells faintly of peppermint. But no one, not Mary, not Santa, not even Blitzen on one of his drinking binges would dare unleash its power. If the North Pole fell into Twinkle's hands, into Claus's hands, then all would be lost. Claus unleashed a full-on assault. His army was unstoppable. The first to fall were the only things that made sense. You know, Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen. They were the first to die. Claus and his evil army put their heads on pikes and paraded them around the workshop. It wasn't long after that, as I would later learn, that Claus built his team of maniacal creatures, the Robo-Deer. It wasn't long before the elf resistance and all of Christmas was in shambles. Okay, give me a second, because you caught me in the middle of recording stuff. I gotta, hold on, y'all, like, I could pause the video, but I'm not going to, because this is a professional channel. We don't put our phones on vibrate. We turn the fans off, though. But we go on fucking Facebook, face fucking shits. Hey, guess what? You're about to listen to me read this story of Christmas for this video, because you really can't stop me. You cool with that? So I'm basically going to be reading and giving commentary. You good? You look stupid. Anyway. Fucking A. Where was it? Christmas was in shambles. Claus locked Mary away on a remote ice floe and claimed the North Pole for his own, but he was unable to wield it because it railed on the power of giving. Even if it was a WMD. Okay, they weird punctuation, but it didn't matter for Claus. I'm gonna say that like that every fucking time. You can bet your sweet bippy or your sour bippy or your salty bippy, what it depends on your bippy, was in charge. Now the sky over the workshop darkened and twinkled. That traitor became a slave driver. The only hope the world had was a renegade elf. Okay, that. Tinsel was his name. The lone elf managed to break off from the others and escape the ever-watching eye of twinkling claws. Tinsel went to find help, to turn back time if necessary, in order to save the holidays, and he would find it, but not before the entire world got put on the naughty list. Alright, now here's where it fucks up. I don't have the rest of the text adventures. I have no idea where they are. So what this probably means is now I'm going to have to go back and play these individual stages again to get all 10 of the fucking... Wait, these are the text adventures. I got all my shits. God flipping damn it. I don't know what happened. So here's the first two. And this is a problem because if I can't get them all, I can't do the videos, which I really don't give two shits about. But it'll pad out the rest of the fucking week. I am so annoyed right now. But... it also won't give me 100% on the trophy list, which is not, it's important. So, shit, it's been like 11 minutes. It's going on 12. And, goddamn it, now I gotta go figure this fuckery out. Until next time, I'm out of here. Fuck!